Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first edition to Knife Talk. It's a new series I'm going to be starting of just a general video of and talking about knives in general, anything about the industry or just life in general. I pulled a few pieces up that I think can spur a little conversation. This may turn into a live, maybe. I may do a live called Knife Talk, but I also want to make sure I have enough followers and views that, when I do go live, that it's worth my time, I guess. So for now, I'm going to just keep it a video series and just discuss knives in general, life, survival, preparing for bad times, anything, any subject. And if you have anything to say or advice or maybe a topic that you want me to cover and talk about, just put it in the comments and I'll bring it up on the next Knife Talk. And I think that'll be pretty fun. I know I enjoy hearing people talk about life in general, kind of around the topic of what their channel's based on. I just enjoy it. I like to, while I'm at work or I'm doing something, just put on a video and just kind of listen to what that certain person has to say or whatever. So before we get started, did you guys listen to what's that guy's name? Oliver, the new guy that blew up the country song thing. Oliver Anthony, singing that "Rich Men North of Virginia" or "Rich Men North of Richmond." That's what it is. Check him out if you haven't. He's got a YouTube channel. And he just seems like a really good dude. Real down-to-earth guy. Guy that has his own issues and life problems and dealing with alcoholism and depression and all other things. And now that he has been blown up, he's talking to a lot more people, and it's ironic. It's like he's the people are helping him as much as he's helping the people, because there's like it's a bond going on between his music and the people. And just check it out if you have time. It's just something else. And I love the fact that he reads out of the Bible before he plays. It's just a real grassroots, pure-hearted, salt of the earth type thing going on. I've been really kind of following him now. And it's cool. It's cool. Here we got a Joker. Links I keep showing on the channel. Love the knife. Nice bowler. N95. N695. Steel, made in Spain. I'm thinking about getting a couple more different knives. Different Joker knives from them. Just an awesome knife. I really like that knife. Go back to the Buck Mesa. I like this blade. I like the blade shape. I really like the blade shape of this knife. Definitely like the blade shape. I'd like to see them do a little bit more with this knife. That would be cool. Here's a new addition to the channel. I've still yet to do a video. Classic Buck 110, but this is a special edition. This is a special run for Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Look at the smudges on that blade. Hell yeah. It is a S30V blade. Yeah, S30V. It's the newer shape. Has the cutoff clip point, straight clip point. And I heard that the scales are oak. I'm not really sure. But it's good looking scales on there. I like it. They were on sale for $50. Couldn't pass it up. They sold out in like an hour. It's crazy. I'm contemplating on returning it for a warranty return. But if you look right, there in the, see that nick? If I can get it to focus. There's a nick right there. I'll show you right there. And I'm contemplating on sending it back. Still haven't done a video on the knife though. It's been sitting here, fun on it. It's sweet. I like the special editions. Oh, and it also came with a brown sheath, which is something I've never seen before. I've never seen one of these. Still made in Mexico. It's not one of the US made distressed leather ones, but it's a brown leather, which is cool. I like buying something different. And a little Ontario action for the channel today. Awesome XM1 showing up on the channel. Awesome knife. So let's talk a little bit about the situation of the economy. Just so you know, I'm a badass dad. It's a little early. I'm having problems getting everything out. It's first thing in the morning. So let me blow this out real quick. Well, let's talk about the economy a little bit. Touch on it. I'm an advocate of investments. I mean, I believe heavily on trying to make your money work and, you know, make money for you. And a couple of things that I've been an advocate of probably within the last 15 years. This is a Western cut K5. Do have a video. Real old knife. I've owned this probably for 45 years probably. Is that smudges or patina? Well, anyways. And lately, within the last 15 years, I've been an advocate of investing in things that are tangible. Things that you can hold, things that you have possession of. And, you know, I do invest in metals. I do invest in lead. Do invest in copper, brass. I have scrap buckets that I keep, and I just keep putting stuff like that away. Every time I get something, I just throw it in my collection and try to build that up, because eventually it's going to be, I feel, a lot more valuable in the future. And I also put money in silver, some silver. This is an American Eagle. But I look for deals when I buy silver and stuff. I wait for the market to dip down. I wait for certain online distributors to have deals and sales. I bought this for spot. They had a special spot. American Eagle for spot. They had, I got an email, and they advertised American Eagles for spot, but they also were also selling an ounce of platinum, a Britannia, for spot too. This is a Britannia, platinum Britannia, it's called. Pick that up for spot. So I've always collected coins and stuff, but lately I've been putting some money back in metals. You know, silver. I don't really buy gold. I think gold's a little on the high side right now. I usually do like silver. So I'm an advocate of tangible things. Some other things that I like to look for, excuse me, is like real estate. I'm looking at some things. I may be putting some money in. I'm pulling money out of the market right now. Lately, the stock market's been kind of taking a dip. So hopefully it still stays up a little while longer while I pull some cash out if I can. So, you know, I'm an advocate of putting money into tools, putting money into things out of, you know, I already pulled this knife out. putting money into things that I already. All right, sorry guys, I had to pause for a second. So I'm talking about real estate, putting some money into real estate, possibly land. Some other things like buying tools, making sure you have what you need for hard times. CRKT, can onion design, foresight, aluminum handle, 3 in, I think it's a 7/8 or 3/4 or 7/8 blade. Crappy pocket clip. Look at that stupid pocket clip. Just a great knife. I love this knife. This knife is just fantastic. Ball bearing design. IKBS design, ball bearings in there. Great knife. That's always a question. Like, people ask, what should I be putting my money into? Obviously it's like the things I said before, like metals and stuff. And lead. I've been collecting lead. Just basically car weights, all kinds of, everywhere I go, and if I see lead, like people getting rid of lead, I get it, and I just throw it in a bucket. I probably have like 100 pounds of lead. It's good to have raw materials, Eventually, maybe someday it may be priceless. You never know. And you know what? It doesn't really take up much space. It's sitting in 5-gallon buckets. They just sit there. I have shell casings, like thousands of 223 shell casings that I pick up at the ranges. Throw them in 5-gallon buckets and just keep them. What else? Purchasing things now that you may need in the future, if you can look ahead, before inflation absolutely destroys everyone. Because I really don't see a way out of our debt. I really don't. I don't know what they're gonna do with how much money we owe. We currently, for those guys that don't follow, we owe $32 trillion so far. The country's in $32 trillion worth of debt. Like, what are they gonna do? Just keep on piling on debt? Something's gonna happen eventually. You just can't keep borrowing money and printing money. You're gonna either inflate the dollar to nothing, or somehow figure out a way to pay the debt and the interest on the debt. And right now, since interest, the Fed has raised the interest on the dollar, the interest payments have tripled and quadrupled in terms of paying the debt down. So now we're going to have compounding interest on the debt. So, the Fed's coming out with this digital dollar. This is a buck ground combat knife in flat dark earth. And the reason I'm talking about that is, my channel is knives basic mainly, but it also has a survival component. And this is going to be, in my eyes, what you're going to have to do and what you're going to need to survive in the next, 20 years, 30, 40, 50 years. I'll be dead by then, but my kids will still be around, and my grandkids. So I'm trying to. It's a tough subject too. I'm trying to align myself so I'll be able to hand my kids something rather than me be broke because of the inflated dollar. Whether it's a bunch of tangibles, land, house, whatever. Something I can give to them, something I can give to my grandkids. That's my main concern, because I don't even know if we're going to see it in our lifetime, because they can sit there and add to the debt for the next 30 years, 40 years. I'll be dead by then. you know? But, I don't know. It's crazy. It really is. Only $110 50th year anniversary. Let me know if you like the old scales, the way they used to do them with the injected, I don't know what the hell they called it. The type of wood that they used to use, or the new ebony. I don't have one on the desktop here. I like them both. I don't know. I just like Buck. Unlike Peterbilt Knife Guy. Peterbilt Knife Guy hates Buck. I should tag him in this. He hates Buck, man. Listen, there ain't that many U.S. companies out there anymore making a half-decent knife for a reasonable price. So, you want to go buy a $300 freaking Benchmade and then compare it to a $50 knife, go ahead. But Jesus. Let me go back to this Joker. Joker's sweet. Look at that. So yeah, I mean that's my concerns. You know, put food back. I put food back here on the channel. I always show, not always. I do have some videos of freeze-dried food. Pick that stuff up, but buy smart. You know, don't panic. Don't go out and just spend $2,000, $3,000 on freeze-dried food on one shot. Wait for sales to come along. If you're interested in picking some of that kind of stuff up on my Facebook page, every time I see good posts that I purchase, I mean, I buy a lot of this stuff myself, I post it up on my Facebook pages. And yes, there are affiliate links, and I do make a little bit of money for the channel, but it's not much. Trust me. Water purification, that's going to be probably #1 right before food. Make sure you either put back a lot of water if you can. That's really difficult. Probably the best thing to do is have a well. If you already have a well right now, have some sort of hand pump for it and or way to power the pump. Have an extra pump maybe as well. So if your pump runs on 240, have a generator that you can run the pump a whole bunch of water out of your well, and then use it, and then turn the generator off. You know, do it periodically. Water purification, filters, which aren't going to last forever, but it's another avenue. I did a video on a new filter I bought. They can come in handy because that's like a portable filter you can bring with you. Obviously, if you have to go on some sort of trip or scavenging hunt or whatever, you're not going to be able to bring a lot of water with you, so bringing a filter is going to be what you're going to need to do. It's a good looking knife, man. I should have brought a couple more knives up here. Oh, of course I don't have that new light I bought. That's ridiculous. It's upstairs. Jesus. I bought a new ThruNite. This is an old ThruNite right here, but I bought the new version. This is a 2014 model. I bought a new TN12 Pro. I actually put some pictures up on the community page of it. I've been using it. I'm going to do a review on it soon. Not a perfect light. It's nothing. I don't ever think anything's perfect, but it's a good light. This is a great light. This is like 1050 lumens, runs on an 18650. Can't go wrong with this light. Tactical, it's on, off, on the back. And then you go through the modes with this button here. See it? So, and then whatever mode you have it on is what when you actuate it is the mode you. Well, let me just do it. This is 1000 lumens, and then we put it down to moonlight. And then if you turn it on, turn it back on again, it's still moonlight. So whatever you have it set at, it just remembers that setting. So great light. you know, buy a bunch of 18650s, have them charged, have capabilities of solar that you can charge up. Excuse me. It's still early. That you can charge things. How many minutes am I? This is going to be like an hour-long video. Have capabilities that you can, you know, charge batteries. You know, I hear a lot of talk about guys wanting to power, you know, refrigerator units and freezers and stuff. All that stuff short term. You have to kind of think long term. You know, ultimately, if things get real bad, you're going to be back in the 1800s. You know, you're going to be reading a lot of how-to books if you have any of that stuff. Community. You know, all that kind of stuff. But, let's see here. I wish I had that light, man. Here's an old Fenix. AA light. I did a little poll on the community page saying what you guys would rather, what you guys are interested in seeing. Number one was knife, or other than knives. I think the number one was lighting and lanterns. That's number two. So this is a Fenix E20. It's an older light. It just runs on 2 AA's, 250 lumen. Another thing I wanted to talk about is having redundancy. Just the ability to, you know, 2 is 1, 1 is none type of situation. But even to go further than that, to have, like, you know, I got a billion knives, right? In building community, you're going to have people that don't really have much, you know, in terms of knives, you know, guns, weaponry, lighting, stuff like that. So if you have, you know, a cheap packs of flashlights, cheap knives that you can give out, cheap radios for communication as you're trying to build up your community, because you're not gonna be able to do it yourself. You're gonna have to band together with other people, and that's gonna be really difficult because people are fools. I just look around at some people, just neighbors and stuff, and people don't have anything. They really don't. But if you have things like that you can give out, you know, the stronger the people are that are around you, the stronger you're going to be as a individual and as a community. So, all right. I'm going to wrap this up for the knife talk video. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, eventually I'll probably wind up just doing a live so I can kind of interact with people than me just sitting here rambling about whatever. So let me know. Like, share, subscribe. I'm getting real close to the 1K mark. I'm going to be giving away that. I think it's a 2019 or 2020 Buck 110 brand new with ebony scales. So like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. See ya.